Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be getting ready to go to my little sister's friend's birthday party, I believe. I'm not sure, but my sister needs me to go with her somewhere, so I'm going. I'm getting ready for that. So I'm gonna be doing some makeup. I'm not gonna do too much, but I will be getting a little bit ready with that while I talk to you guys about self-worth, what self-worth is to me, if I always had self-worth, and how can you get self-worth for yourself. This isn't like a makeup tutorial, so I'm not gonna say everything I'm doing. Honestly, I'm gonna open up a little bit about this first before getting into the topics. So I was thinking like, okay, self-worth is a really big topic. I was a little bit hesitant on making this kind of video because I feel like this topic is so important, and I know my views are good, like I have good things to say, what I say matters. However, I feel like there is way more articulated people out there that know how to communicate their thoughts. I just had to like remind myself there's always somebody who's gonna do it better, but that doesn't matter because if you do it to the best of your ability, that's all that counts. And I love watching these kinds of videos. I feel like, why not do it myself? And honestly, I would feel so proud of myself if even one person told me, wow, like this brought up my mood. I'm gonna feel so happy. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm done rambling. So the first topic I'm gonna talk about really briefly is what even is self-worth to me, because self-worth to everybody can have like a different definition. Self-worth to me is basically how you view yourself, how you value yourself, just simply because you're a human being. I also want to say this, my opinions are strong, but I always have the ability to look at things from other people's perspective. So I'm not trying to like come off as you should do this with your life, you shouldn't do this with your life. So if I do, I apologize, but I do have opinions, and this kind of video usually is opinionated. If I'm like, you should do this, you should do that, and it doesn't really resonate with you, if you feel offended, click off the video because this is not to offend anybody. But self-worth to me is just valuing yourself, loving yourself, constantly reminding yourself of your own morals, of the person that you are, is what sets some people apart. Is like, you can know you have flaws and you can know you have areas to improve on, but if you're not actively trying to improve them, in contrast as if you are trying to improve it, I think those people value themselves a lot and have self-worth because they're like, okay, you know, I'm not really strong in this aspect of my character, but I'm gonna take steps to try to better that. And I think that's really important. The next thing I wanted to talk about is if I always had self-worth. So I feel like I didn't always know exactly what self-worth was, but I always had some type of sense of loyalty for myself. When I was younger, a lot of the time I felt like not a priority to some people in my life. And I know when that happens to some kids, they will think, oh, something is wrong with me. A lot of kids will start thinking down on themselves, and it's honestly really sad. I honestly never really thought that way when I was younger. I always thought, okay, this person isn't making me a priority and it has nothing to do with me. Even though unfair things happen in my life, I still love myself. I don't know why. So in a way, I feel like I did have self-worth when I was younger because I never like talked down on myself to myself about external treatment. But the part where my self-worth was kind of like a little bit struggling was when I was doing things to kind of overcompensate for not being comfortable within my body. I would just be like, oh, I wish it was different, or I wish I fit in society's beauty standards more. And I think it was because I was so young that I didn't know what truly mattered in like being a good person and being a good woman and all these things. So it's normal to think that kind of thing as long as you get yourself out of it. But I didn't really have those hateful words and thoughts towards myself. I was just like a little insecure. I would feel way more comfortable in baggier clothes because I felt more hidden. It took me realizing beauty and my self-worth only has to do with what's inside of me to then be comfortable with myself. Now I can literally wear anything. When I look good, I also feel good. So I do put effort every time I go outside, and also that's kind of just having respect for myself too. But let's say I didn't. Let's say I just one day I just rolled out of bed, like I would still feel good about myself. It's because I value myself from the inside and who I am and who I am gonna be in the future. The next thing I want to talk about is self-worth even real? I think that for some people, self-worth is a little bit fake. The phrase fake it till you make it could be true. And I'm gonna tell you how. There's definitely different types of people that show that they have self-worth differently. So I sectioned it into like 3 different people, which obviously I can't categorize the entire world into 3 different people. Like, that's just very ignorant. But I came up with like 3 different scenarios of people that show themselves self-worth and how they do it, so I can kind of focus on a specific explanation. So the first type of person I'm going to talk about is that they have fake self-worth. I'm talking like their self-worth just derives from how other people treat them. So if somebody tells them, oh, you suck so bad at drawing even though it's your passion, and then they start thinking to themselves, wow, I really suck. But then another person comes and they're like, oh my god, you're so amazing at drawing, like you're literally the best artist I've ever seen in my life. And then they're like, oh my god, I really am the best. They're just basing their self-worth and how they feel about themselves off of other people. Just focusing on your ego isn't having self-worth. Holding your ego up high as a mask with self-worth written on it, that doesn't make any sense. To others, they will talk also high and mighty about themselves. Oh my god, I deserve this, I deserve that, I'm so amazing, I'm so great. But that's just their ego. And they want to make it seem like they have self-worth when in reality, what are your habits looking like? Are you even kind to people? Are you even kind to yourself? That's what I mean by fake self-worth. Trying to make it seem like they have it, but they don't actually want to put in work to have it. They're just like very ego-filled and very mean and stuff like that. But there's some people that aren't even mean people and they just fake self-worth because they feel like they have to fake it till they make it. And I'm also going to talk about that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to villainize somebody trying to like fake it till they make it, because if you're faking it and taking steps towards actually having it, you're doing what you can, for real. I really don't like categorizing it because like who am I to categorize it, but that's just how I think in my mind. So that's fake self-worth, that's materialistic self-worth, that they just buy a whole bunch of stuff, and if they don't have the best latest car, they'll be like just feeling so bad about themselves, basing their self-worth off materialistic things. And then there's the kind of person that their self-worth comes from who they are. This person will purposely put out into the world what they want to receive, and they won't even just do it because they want moral dessert or something, that they put good into the world or do things for people just because they want them to do it back. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like they want to build within themselves, they want to build for their family, they want to work on the person that they are, because that is where their self-worth comes from. Their personality, from their heart, from their mind, from their mentality. Their self-worth comes from these things, and their self-worth also comes from literally just being a human on the planet, just trying to do better every day. And I think that is like the most beautiful thing ever, and I try to do that every single day. I have so much to improve on. So is self-worth real? Of course it's real. I just kind of titled it a little bit dramatic. I was watching a TED Talk. There was this one moment where the man mentioned PAW, so Paul. If you're one of those people that base their self-worth off of grades, school, materialistic things, other people's thoughts and opinions about you, this is definitely key to not being that way, or at least to pinpoint the issue. So the P stands for performance, the A stands for ability, and then the W stands for worth. This man explained it so good. I'm probably literally gonna put the link in the description of the video because I love that video. It basically is the thinking that your performance means what you're able to do. I'm gonna make an example. Let's say I was going to sing at my school concert, at my school play. So I went, I was super nervous, extremely nervous to go and do this performance in front of all these people because I'd never done it before. So I go, I sing, and when I watched the video back, my voice is kind of shaky. I didn't hit a couple notes, and I'm just like, wow, like my performance was so bad. I guess I'm just not able to do it good. But I'm not remembering all of the times where I sang perfectly, and when it was by myself, I touched the best high notes, was being so good with my vocals. I did an amazing job at singing. But just because I was in front of so many people and I got nervous was the fact that I didn't do as well of a job. So for me to say, wow, since I performed so badly here, it means I'm not able to do it? No, that's not fair to say. Sometimes just because you don't perform well doesn't mean you're not able to do something. It just means, you know, maybe something was up with that performance. Maybe there's something you could change or improve on. The thinking that your performance equals your abilities isn't healthy. It's not. Oh, well, I didn't sing good, so that means I'm not able to sing good. And you know what? I'm just not good at this at all. And then it equals into my self-worth. And then I'm feeling so down about myself. I'm feeling I'm not worthy of even having this opportunity because I can't even do it. And you see how it's just like a trickling effect into self-worth. The next thing I want to talk about is how can I cultivate self-worth? I can share some things that I've picked up from my own experiences, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. I truly believe that what I'm about to say, like these list of things, if you have no self-worth or if you are struggling with your self-worth, I think these things can definitely help you. The first thing you have to do in order to truly have self-worth is heal your traumas. Ways that you can heal your traumas, if you don't want to go to therapy, you know, even though I know it's kind of fraud upon by a group of people, like, oh, you need a therapist, you're crazy, or oh, you need a therapist, you're bougie, and just a whole bunch of things that don't even matter, because if therapy works for you, therapy works for you. Therapy doesn't work for everybody. So ways you can heal traumas on your own is doing shadow work. This is the first time in the video that I'm gonna mention this woman, and I've been refraining myself from mentioning her because I absolutely love her. But the Wizard Liz, oh my goodness. Please check out her channel if you are trying to heal your traumas, because she, in her videos, she talks about it all. Shadow work is so important. If you don't know what it is, it's basically you get to know yourself on a deeper level. Things that you didn't even know about yourself come to surface. Kind of more deeper questions. I could put like an example right here of some shadow work questions, and they're not your typical what's your favorite color or things like that. Things that really get you thinking about the type of person you are, or if you had something traumatic in your childhood and you just simply get a book on that or read up on that or journal about it. Also, healing your inner child is very important too. Healing your inner child can look like literally going to get yourself some ice cream that you know you really enjoyed when you were little. Or for example, when I was younger and I would go in the car wash, it was such a fun experience for me when I was little because of all of the colorful soap that would be all over the car, and it was so fun for me. And now that I'm growing up, and even when I'm a woman, I don't care. I know I can wash my own car. Even when I'm a grown woman living with my kids, I will literally go in a car wash just for fun, because that's connecting me to my inner child. Making my inner child happy is literally healing. If there's a traumatic event or something like that that you're not at peace with, you can give yourself closure with that so that it doesn't follow you into your adult life. Or many people, when they were abused in their childhood and things like that, they often carry certain habits into their adulthood, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're not fixing it. That's when things go wrong. That's why healing your traumas are so important, because it can affect your future relationships, your future relationship with yourself. So healing your traumas is so important, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still do it. And that also correlates with loving yourself, because you don't want to be ugly and mean to yourself and to others just because you could have healed traumas that you had in the past. The next point to cultivating self-worth is learning who you are and who you want to be. So this definitely ties into doing shadow work and journaling and all these things. Learning who you are is so important, because looking yourself in the mirror and admitting to yourself your flaws. Like, for example, I can look at myself right now and be like, girl, you should have ran this morning, but you didn't. I'm trying to run more consistently. I should have did that. And learning who I am, I'm like, oh my goodness, I procrastinate a little bit. So when you learn who you are, it's powerful, because you know your weak spots and you know exactly what you can do to fix it. Or if you don't know exactly what you can do to fix it, you can start working towards, like, okay, why didn't I go running today? It was because I snoozed. So what can I do to do that better? I can go to sleep a little bit earlier. Discipline myself. You know, it's stuff like that. That goes into learning who you want to be. So me, in my mind, I want to be like this classy, very happy, loving, nurturing businesswoman. I want to be so intelligent, financially so comfortable that I can literally help other people, good mentally that I can help others. That's how I see my future self. Now that I know that's what I want, I'm like, now I'm in my present moment. I'm thinking, okay, well, would that loving, smart, classy businesswoman accept somebody to treat her badly, accept somebody to shut her up? Would she accept somebody to do this to her? No, she wouldn't. So I'm not gonna accept it. And that right there is just transforming me into her already. Would she have discipline with herself? Would she have went through with her word? Yes, she would. So I'm gonna do that too. And that's self-worth. You are learning who you are right now And by doing so, you are already visualizing the steps to being that person you want to be. That's just evolution, because we're literally here to evolve. We're here to do the best we can do. The next thing I want to say is super important in having self-worth is affirmations. Oh my gosh, affirmations are so important, and I don't care. I will shamelessly plug her throughout this entire section. The Wizard Liz, if you need some affirmations, she literally has guided meditations on her YouTube channel. You can literally go on YouTube, affirmations of self-love, affirmations of whatever you want. If you want to do affirmations that you want money, if you want to do affirmations that you want to feel beautiful, on Google, on YouTube, affirmations of whatever you want. Whatever your weak spot is, whatever you're struggling with, just look up some affirmations. I am so beautiful, I am so loved, I am worthy, I am so intelligent. This is gonna sound a little bit like silly at first, because if you are truly starting from the ground up, honey, you looking at yourself in the mirror telling yourself I love you when you really hate yourself, you're gonna not even want to do it. You're gonna be like, why am I even doing this? I never used to hate myself, but I did have those insecurities, as I was saying. And the more and more like I pushed myself and affirmed myself in my mind, sometimes I wouldn't always do it out loud. Sometimes I would just tell myself in my mind, you're strong, like you can do this. And I would just push myself, even if I didn't fully believe it. And I still do that now. There's something so like powerful about being your own support system and just trusting yourself and loving yourself, and just knowing, you know what, even though you don't think I look good, I told myself this morning I look good, so guess what, I feel good and I look good, you know. And it's not even in just like a sassy or mean way. That can literally go for anything. Affirmations are so important, and I would 1000% advise anybody watching us to do so many affirmations. Like, at least when you're feeling down, at least do them. I am a little bit lazy, I'm not gonna lie, and I used to be more lazy. Me telling myself every day, like, affirmation, you are so productive. Do you think I was productive the first day? No, I wasn't. But after a while of saying you are so productive, you get things done, I get things done, and like all these things, I started being like, okay, well, it's enough of me saying it. Like, I'm actually gonna do it now, and I actually want this now. And it's training your brain that you really want it. In quarantine, I was depressed, and my room was so disgusting. It was so dirty, so messy. I literally had stuff all over my bed, and I didn't even care anymore. I didn't care if my room was messy. But as soon as I started affirming myself that you are productive, you get things done, you're clean, I started wanting to be clean. I started wanting to walk in my room and see it look nice, because I was telling myself those things. So I started putting the action to give myself what I want. And it's just training your mind to go after what you want. And if you're convincing yourself you want something and you want it, and then you take action to get it, then what can stop you? Affirmations are so powerful. Know you deserve the life you want and deserve to take care of yourself. If you're telling yourself, thinking to yourself, the life I want is a luxury lifestyle or this kind of lifestyle, you have to know you deserve it simply because you want it, simply because you're a blessed human that was put on this earth. Just because of that, you deserve the life you want. If you're a good person to others, if you're so loving, if you're like all these things to yourself and to others, of course you deserve the life you want. To deserve the life you want doesn't just mean sit around, do nothing, wait for nothing to come, it's gonna fall from the sky onto my lap. No, knowing you deserve the life you want, it means I'm not just gonna say it, but I'm gonna try my best to have it. I'm gonna try my best to get to that. That's showing yourself you deserve it. Also knowing you deserve to take care of yourself. Let's say like you're working really hard for all of your dreams, all of your goals, but then you're burning yourself out. That's normal, but you also deserve to take care of yourself. So knowing when to step away, knowing when to take breaks, knowing when to take self-care days, that is equally as important, if not more important. Some things that I do to take care of myself: get a moment to myself, I will take a nice shower, I will moisturize my body, I will do my makeup, watch a favorite show that I used to love. That's also healing my inner child, that's self-care. I'll watch a video about being productive. I'm thinking, what do I want? And going through with that, as long as you're not harming anybody. Like, I'm saying, what do I want? I want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna go do that. That is also taking care of yourself and your needs and your wants, listening to yourself, listening to your body. If you sense that your body can't handle something, for example, like let's say you've been up all day long and you're hustling or whatever, and you're just like, no, like, I need to take care of myself. I'm gonna sit down for a couple minutes. I'm taking care of yourself, even if it means losing others. Let's say you have a friendship and it's not serving you. You don't ever feel understood. You don't ever feel like this person cares about you, but you love them. If you have self-worth, you'll take care of yourself and you won't put yourself through those super negative emotions over somebody. The next thing I put on what you can do to have self-worth: see others' worth. If you value yourself, you're immediately going to value other people, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's this thing that people do. It is called projecting. When I used to be insecure about, for example, how skinny I was, I would look at other people and I would literally find my insecurities within other people. And that is called projecting, because if I was really confident in how I looked, if I was really confident in the person I was, I wouldn't be looking at other people judging them, because I'm confident in myself, so why would I do that? Now that I value myself and I love myself, I look at other people and I do not even hesitate to tell them, you look beautiful today, your hair looks amazing, I love your nails, wow. Like, I love and I love complimenting other people. I like boosting other people because I see their worth. And I love having conversations with intelligent. Just by talking to them, I could tell that they are good people, that they want good for their family, good for the world, good for themselves. I automatically see their worth. So that's really important as well in having self-worth for yourself, is being able to see it in others, is being able to value others. The next thing I wanted to say is people in your life are a reflection of you. Don't accept bad company around you. Whatever friendships, whatever relationships, whatever treatment you're allowing in your life is a reflection of how you feel towards yourself. And I know this because I've seen it all in my childhood. There's been a lot of situations where I saw somebody accepting treatment they thought they deserved. It wasn't what they deserved. I'm gonna do an example. Let's say you have a bad friendship that they never value or whatever. They're just a bad friend all around. That's a reflection of you, because if you're accepting somebody in your life that doesn't care about you, what does that mean? That you don't care about yourself. If you cared about yourself, you would be like, I love myself, I care about myself, so why don't you love me? Why don't you care about me? You're gone, you're out of my life. I've always been good at picking friends, to be honest, but let's say I wasn't and I had a bad friend and they were treating me badly, even though I'm there for them when I can be and all these things. I'll be like, okay, you're done. Like, I'm just cutting them out of my life. Whoever you have in your life, if they make you feel badly and you're keeping them around, you have to think to yourself, why am I letting them stay in my life? Do I hate myself or do I love myself? And you have to act on that. So whoever is in your life is completely in your control. So whoever you have in your life is showing you, it's literally a mirror. It can literally be a mirror. Unless it's family, toxic family that you have to live with, then I don't see why you would be accepting somebody bad in your life if you're trying to have self-worth. Don't accept bad company around you. If you know that you have big dreams, big goals, and you're accepting people that want the complete opposite, that's just really dumb, because you can't really be around people that do something completely opposite of what you want and then expect to get there. The company you have around you is definitely important, not just because they can influence the person you are, because they can 100% influence the person you are, but because also connections. But let's say I was just hanging around people that had no aspirations of life. How can I even connect with smart, intelligent people that want those things too if I'm hanging around with these people? So it's a matter of getting to know people so that you don't even want that bad company anymore. But let's say like there's people that you love in your life and everything, they're not on the same page as you, but they're good people to you. I wouldn't say cut them off, because they're good people to you and you're good to them. But I'm just saying, if they're all around just bad company, just don't even have them around you, because it doesn't make any sense. Because sooner or later, you're just gonna start turning into them more. You wanna be around people that either you're helping and they're helping you, or they're just helping you grow. You don't ever wanna be like in somebody's life solely because you want to take. If you're in somebody's life and you're like, wow, like they're really helping me grow, like they're really helping my life change and better, I want to keep this person in my life, and you show them that you appreciate them, that's a beautiful thing. That's the kind of company you want in your life, especially if you want to have self-worth. Another thing I think is so important for your self-worth is to set realistic goals and prove to yourself you can reach them. If you are doing the affirmations, if you are healing your traumas, having good company around you, just journaling, just working on the person you are, and then you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m, I'm gonna go running, I'm gonna make myself breakfast, and then you wake up at 12 p.m. You stay in bed for 2 hours scrolling on social media, and then you just order out, and then you just lose respect for yourself because you don't even trust what you just said the night before. You have to set real goals for yourself. So let's say waking up at 6 a.m. is too early for you. That's not being real. I'm gonna be real and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up at 8 a.m. I'm gonna make breakfast and then I'm gonna go jogging a little bit. That's realistic. But if I'm just like, I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m., I'm gonna go run, that's not even realistic. So I'm not even gonna reach the goals. And then I'm not even gonna be able to prove to myself I can obtain them. You wanna build trust within yourself so that when you set a goal, you get into the habit of reaching that goal. Then when the next goal comes around, you're gonna be like, I got that. That's easy because I already did it before. So I'm gonna do it again. And you're just on the roll, reaching all your goals. So that's why it's very important to set realistic goals and then proving to yourself you can actually obtain them. Do not tie your worth to worldly things. So my grandma actually taught me this saying, mundano. In Spanish, it's like a man, but in English, I kind of just translated to just people in general. It's people that just are so of this world. All they want to do is party, get materialistic things, and flash off their money. That's so of this world, when all of that really doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter to be financially stable, so having money doesn't matter. That's the only part of that actually doesn't apply. Why do you care about showing off? That's just very worldly, as opposed to if you're like, I'm getting this money so I can help myself, so I can do these nice things for the ones I love. You're just doing it for the wrong reasons, and that is worldly to me. What I mean by do not tie your worth to worldly things is, for example, if I have a really ugly car right now, I'm just like, oh my goodness, look at my car, I'm nothing. But then I get myself the latest Mercedes, I'm like, oh my god, I'm that girl. That's sad. That's really sad, because then what if I get in a crash? What if I get that car stolen? Then what? I just don't have no self-worth. If that's what you want, is nice things, it's nice materialistic things, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't tie it to your self-worth. Materialistic things, worldly things just come and go, but your self-worth, that is exactly why it has to stem within you. Worldly things, in a blink of an eye, can literally be gone, and if you tied your self-worth to things that can just be gone, that's not really smart. The last thing is to be grateful. If you're not grateful for your life, for being alive right now, who's to say you're gonna be grateful when you have everything you've ever dreamed of? I'm well aware that there's moments in our life where we're feeling really down, where we're feeling like, why did this happen? You have the awareness within you that even when you're going through hard times, you can still look up into the sky and say, wow, thank you for this beautiful day. Even though everything around you is sad, even though everything around you is chaos, that is very beautiful. That is very powerful, because if you can see the beauty in the world and in your life, even in hard times, you deserve all the blessings to come your way in the future. The Wizard Liz, oh my god, she literally says, if somebody gives you a gift, somebody gave me this mascara, and I'm just like, ugh, that's so ugly, get that out of my face, they're gonna be like, well, I shouldn't even have gotten you anything in the first place then. But if they give you this, you're like, wow, I appreciate this so much. You thought of me, and this is just amazing that I can even have this. Thank you so much. They're gonna be like, wow, she was so grateful. I just want to give her more. I believe in God. But you don't have to believe in God. You can literally just believe in yourself or in the universe. But I just believe if God sees me happy, he just wants to give me more. And even if everything isn't exactly how you want it, you can still show gratitude. That's beautiful. I was a little bit nervous, like I said in the beginning, to make a video like this, because I feel like there's so many women, men, and everybody out there, they're so well spoken and can get their points across way better. Honestly, even if I'm not there yet, I'm gonna get there one day, where I can just express my thoughts exactly how I want to. And I can't get there if I don't practice. But I really genuinely did put an effort into my words with this video. I'm only gonna get better from here on out. I hope at least one person can take away even a good positive vibe after this video. So I'm about to go to that birthday party with my little sister. I hope you guys are having a great day. Have a great week. Thank you so much again for watching this video. God bless you guys, and see you in the next video.